It's Aaron Clark with your 2 minute devotion for this week. Man, this devotion is actually inspired by a confirmations that have come directly from you. So I wake up Monday morning and you know how it is. You pray, you get your word in, get ready to go, and then that flood of all those things that not done, all the things you gotta do, what you don't have, and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't know if you ever go through that, but I do. So I just so happened to be looking on Facebook and I looked at Lisa's post for that day at that moment. I don't know if she posted more than once, but Lisa, you said, man, why do I be sweating this stuff when I know God got my back? And I'm like, hey man, sister, and so just in that moment, I'm like, yeah, this is right. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna make this my devotion. Why, when we know that the Lord is helping us and leading us and the power of the Spirit is confirming these kind of things to us, encouraging us, why do we sweat it, right? So of course I sit down to make the Devo and it doesn't work. Then it doesn't work again, it doesn't work again, and then I finally get it recorded and it just looked like I was behind a clouded glass, and I just say, you know what? So here it is, Thursday, and I'm just getting to it again. But this morning, Dave sends me a text. He always sends me encouraging texts just as the Spirit moves him. And what is he talking about? Man, feeling overwhelmed. Just that flood of thoughts, all the different things we have to do. And he says, you know what? When I surrender to God, I find a place of grace. And I can get in that flow of the Spirit, and I'm not tripping. And I'm like, man, thank you. So it made me think of Psalm 93, where King David, not you, Dave, King David is actually exalting the Lord, talking about how ancient his throne is and how it's established as is the world and it's everlasting. But then in verse 3, he says, after establishing this authority and this power and this reign of God, he says, the floods have lifted up, O Lord. The floods have lifted up their voices. The floods lift up their waves. And I said, man, I don't know what, maybe he was by the seaside and he was afraid, or maybe it could be just like us, just the overwhelming feeling of all that we have to do and just everything flooding our minds all at once and just trying to pummel us into depression and isolation and fear and anxiety. But he goes right back to, but the Lord on high is mightier than the noise of all those waters, mightier than the waves of the sea. And his testimonies are true. So that's where I ended up going back to, man, of all the things, like Lisa said, of all the things that I've been through, God has always had my back. God has always had your back. God has always had our back. Let us not forget that God's testimonies are true, they're sure, and he's more powerful than all the tasks we have to perform. So, hey, God bless you. I hope that lifts you up today. May the Lord go before you in power and grace. Till next time, God bless you.